Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to start collecting Warhammer the Horus Heresy, and today we're going to take a look at the Dark Angels, and in particular the Eskaton Imperative Rite of War. Now in this video we're going to go through the special rules, effects and limitations of this particular Rite of War for the Dark Angels Legion. We'll then take a look at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the faction. After that, we'll look at some other units we can use to expand upon those first couple of initial purchases, and then finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own force of the Dark Angels using the Eskaton Imperative in Warhammer the Horus Heresy. And so, to begin with, we have the Eskaton Imperative and its effects: Legion Destroyer Assault Squads, Mortalis Destroyer Squads, and Dreadwing Intremator Squads may be taken as troops choice in a detachment using this Rite of War. All models with the Dreadwing unit subtype in a detachment with this Rite of War automatically pass any dangerous terrain test they are called upon to make without any dice being rolled. For the duration of battle, all open terrain areas of the battlefield outside of any player's deployment zone count as difficult terrain. Those areas previously defined as difficult terrain, woods, ruins, etc., remain as difficult terrain. Fortifications and buildings are unaffected by this rule, however. Before any models are deployed, the controlling player can choose to place 2 Eskaton markers anywhere in the playing area that is 6 inches away from battlefield edge or player deployment zone, and while these are there, any terrain pieces or any area within 6 inches of these are counted as dangerous terrain in addition to any other effects for the duration of the battle. All models with the Dreadwing unit subtype lastly in a detachment using this Rite of War gain +1 to wound rolls made against models in any zone of area terrain or terrain piece that counts as dangerous terrain, including any models forced to count other types of terrain such as open ground as dangerous terrain by another special rule. Now, limitations on this are as follows as well. If the primary detachment of an army using this Rite of War, the army's warlord must be a Dreadwing unit subtype unit or be Lion himself. All units selected as troop choices, Legion Destroyer Squads and Legion Mortalis Destroyer Squads, must have the Dreadwing unit subtype. And if at the end of the battle there are enemy units in the opposing player's deployment zone that are not pinned or falling back, the opposing player gains +D3 victory points, but detachments using this Rite of War may never take fortification choices. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, next, where to start? Now, to begin with, I think a Delegatus is a good choice here, because we do have some expensive units, so a Praetor generally will cost a little bit too much. So, what a Legion Delegatus does is they effectively allow you to take a Rite of War in armies of less than 1,000 points. The Legion Delegatus gains Master of Legion, and they can be taken in these smaller games. So really useful for playing smaller than 1,000 points, enabling you to use Rite of Wars, but also they are a cheaper option than the Praetor. Once per battle as well, during any of the controlling player's turns, this rule can be activated for the Rally the Legion rule. Once activated, you take a leadership test for models that pass all friendly units that are pinned or falling back, or have at least one model that can draw a line of sight to this model with a special rule, immediately rally, no longer pinned or falling back, and act normally throughout this turn. So a pretty solid effect on top of the cool army list building options it gives you. Now, joining this model, we then have the Dreadwing Intremator Squad. This is the Dark Angel special unit that becomes troop choice, normally an elite. They have their Plasma Burners, which are a really fun weapon. They're a template Strength 6, AP 4, Assault 1, Breaching 4+ weapon. And you've also got the option to take a Plasma Incinerator on the unit as well, which is a template Strength 6, AP 4, Breaching 4+, but Torrent 9-inch as well. So pretty cool stuff there. You've got other options like the ability to take up to 3 Phosphex bombs on the Intremator Praefectus, or you can take a missile launcher with Suspensor Web, Rad missiles, and Stasis missiles as well. Your normal sort of Legion Vexilla, Nuncio Vox, and Augury Scanner all there, and Artificer Armor on the unit's leader as well. Now, other than that, they do have Bit of Duty, they've got Counterattack 1 and Stubborn as well, making them a pretty solid unit for their points cost. Now, moving on, where to go next? Tactical squads, they're just always going to be useful. They're definitely going to allow you to have some board presence on the table, allow you to have some objective holders as well, and they can definitely play a vital role. Now, there could be objective holders in your backfield if you choose to just put them on foot, or you could even choose to get them a Demos pattern Rhino as well, and this allows them to affect the mid-table more effectively, or allows them to even penetrate into your opponent's deployment zone and affect their backboard as well with their objective scoring ability, and a decent amount of shots coming out of the models as well. The Rhinos themselves can take Dozer Blade upgrades, which is pretty much a must-have upgrade for me. This will allow it to hopefully stop some dangerous terrain tests, and you've also got things like Heavy Flamers and other pintle-mounted weapon you can put on these to give them a decent little shooting attack. Now, moving on, we then have the Destroyer Squads. Destroyer Squads are going to be equipped with a variety of specialist weapon. First of all, you're going to be able to choose to have 3 different options of pistol weapons, so you can either have your bolt pistols, your Volkite Serpentas, or your hand flames on them, and they will be joint wielding them as well, which is really cool. Now, on top of that, you can have them in either the Mortalis Destroyer Squad unit, which is on foot, can take a Rhino transport, or you can have the Assault Squad, which will have the Legion Warhawk jump packs on them. Regardless, you are going to get Stubborn, Counterattack, and Bitter Duty on these units, and you can take a variety of different combat weapons on the Assault version as well, including the Chernobyl weapons. Now, joining these models, we then have the Legion Moritat, another consulary upgrade you can have access to. For me, I think the Moritat just joins really nicely into Destroyer Squads. He's a super fun character to bring to the table. His big thing is the Moritat actually can take 2 pistol weapons, and you effectively can chain fire them off, which can be really fun, just sort of, linking them one after the other. He will gain Scout, Counterattack, Bitter Duty, and the Chain Fire special rules, which is going to allow him to do this special chain fire attack. And he can also gain Rad Grenades, a second bolt pistol at no additional cost, and he can exchange those bolt pistols for disintegrator pistols as well, which is a nice little upgrade. And so here we have our sample army list for the Dark Angels using the Eskaton Imperative. Now we've got a Centurion, first of all, from the Dreadwing, and this is going to be our Moritat. He's got a dual disintegrated pistols and a Tyrannic Greatsword with a Warhawk jump pack, making him a pretty solid character all around. We then have a second Centurion who is going to be our Warlord and is going to be a Delegatus Consulary upgrade. Now he's got the Central of the Key ability where we effectively once per game can decide to give us +1 weapon skill and ballistic skill against a particular enemy we've decided to against the game. This could be something like Ruinstorm Demons, Legion Astartes, whatever. So pretty cool. Now he's also got a bolt pistol, combat shield, and Tyrannic Greatsword as well. The Tyrannic Greatswords themselves are a Dark Angel specific upgrade, which are really fun. They're just going to give you a unique combat profile, +2 strength, AP3, melee 2-handed, raining 5+, and murderous strike 5+ as well. We then move into troops with the rest of our forces. We've got an Destroyer Assault Squad of 5 models. This has all of the models here are going to have 2 Volkite Serpentas. We've also got an option of one of them having a Chartable Saber. The unit's leader, the Destroyer Sergeant, will have a Chartable Saber and Phosphex Bomb as well. And then we have a Toxiferin Flamer. The Dreadwing and Trematus squad is going to be 10 models strong. We've got a missile launcher with Suspensor Web and Rad missiles, a Plasma Incinerator in there. They have a Rhino transport with a hull-mounted Heavy Flamer, mounted Missile Killer, and a Dozer Blade as well. Lastly, we have our Tactical Squad, Heavy Flamer and Dozer Blade on their Rhino, and we've also got Melter Bombs on the Sergeant in that unit as well for a little bit of extra anti-armor. If you've got some ideas though on your own force using the Eskaton Imperative, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimscold, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lyle and Soren, and to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, the Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.